Right, welcome back. Let's take a look at our trending topics now. And up first on our trending topics is Jamie Bartlett. What sad news last night. And he was only 55.
Yeah, 55 years old. So we're not too sure what the...
Not yet revealed the cause of death.
No, that's the story, and it's just been such a very, very sad story, and so many people are sending their condolences and shock at the passing of Jamie Bartlett. I mean, all of us have seen him one way or the other acting in one of the roles. I mean, as we were telling you, I mean, famous for his role in Isidingo, which he was just, amazing as Mike O'Reilly. And then, of course, his latest role as David Gennaro in ETV's Rhythm City is what everyone's talking to. And that, in fact, is the top trending topic, David Gennaro. So,
and he was just such a lovely guy in person. My heart really sunk last night. Yeah. It is really sad news. And 55 is so young still.
Absolutely.
So really heartbreaking, this one.
Yeah, very, very sad news, this one. So we'll wait to hear more from the family and colleagues and friends as the day goes by, because this was from last night. And if you're waking up to this very sad news, it is really not a nice way to start the day. So deepest condolences to the family and friends of Jamie Bartlett. Right, the next one is the EFF, and I saw it trending quite high up. What is the EFF trending for this morning? SK, can you find what it is? I mean, because I know that they had
the 1 million membership campaign, and they have said that they would be embarking on this campaign, and it really does seem to be gaining momentum. And I'm just trying to see, and I'm not picking up anything other than that specifically in terms of the trend, but a whole lot of other things that the EFF is busy with.
Absolutely. I mean, there's the million membership campaign. There's by-elections that are going to be taking place that they are working towards. Then I think it's the EFF in Tshwane are expected to lay criminal charges. This is happening today against the executive mayor, speaker of council, and the MMC for community safety. This could be one of the other big reasons that they are trending. This has got to do with the EFF. In Tshwane, learned with shock the utterances of the speaker, which incited violence against EFF representatives in council during the budget speech. So they plan on laying criminal charges today. So there's quite a lot happening, a lot of talk around the EFF, and many angles to this one. Yeah,
indeed. And they really are pushing hard on that 1 million campaign, if you go and look at everything that's going on the ground. All right, the next one is hashtag Zweli Mkhize, the former Minister of Health, beleaguered Minister of Health, Zweli Mkhize. And it's still, we spoke about this yesterday, and still very much the talk about him saying that he would contest for the ANC presidency at the December elective Congress, should he be asked to do so. And we know he was asked at the weekend by some traditional leaders in KwaZulu-Natal.
Yeah, and this is pretty much so a lot of people speaking about Zweli and him throwing his hat into the race if he does in fact do for the ANC presidency. And I mean, there's just polls running. Do you think he would be the best ANC president? So people are running polls trying to find opinions. Some people are just writing things down. Here's one from Modibe saying, Dr. Zweli Mkhize has his own flaws, but you can clearly see that there's a smear campaign against him. Every week there's something directed at him. The establishment is clearly not happy with him. Yet there's ESCOM evidence against President Ramaphosa, an entire recording and more. So you can see now the divisions and the files being thrown about, and people all asking after the candidacy of Zweli Mkhize and speaking to their favorites. So yeah, this will continue for a while. You'll see these names come up and down. And then finally, Afrikaans. Here's an interesting one now. One we really want to be hearing about after the flag issue. So SK, take it away.
So the DA basically coming out and again raising alarm and question through the Cultural Affairs MEC Andrew Murray, and she said that she's dismayed by a proposal to remove the Afrikaans language from the Taal Monument in Paarl, which was built in 1975 to honor the Afrikaans language. Now, Ek weet nie wat dink Minister Mtetwa, maar it makes absolutely no sense because that is a taal monument,
That's
as
what
the
I don't
name
understand.
says.
Yeah.
So dedicated, of course, to the language.
of Afrikaans. What are you going to name it to? What do you plan on changing the name to?
I'm hoping there is. I don't think there can be a good explanation to try to change it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And if anything, then you go and you take, lessons from this and do it elsewhere.
Yeah.
But to try and change the name of the Taal Monument, what are you going to change it to?
That's what I want to know. What do you change the Taal Monument to when it is, exactly as you said, it's a celebration of the Afrikaans language, it's a monument to the language.
Yeah.
I don't know, but listen, it's that same conversation that we had about the flag. There are so many other issues. How much is this going to cost? Why is it necessary at this time? There are musicians and artists and actors and actresses and those involved in the industry starving at this point in time.
Indeed.
You sometimes feel that they are tone deaf. Like the scream and the outcry and the desperation of people over the past week with just that one idea of a flag should have given you the alarm bells that there is huge problems in this industry, and now something else comes about changing an Afrikaans monument's name, which is...
Yeah, and I think generally just many misconceptions around the Afrikaanse taal and the people who speak Afrikaans. Ek is Afrikaans eerste taal, and I have great affinity to the language, for obvious reasons, but it's one of those things, especially when it comes to colored people, and some people would say they don't identify as colored, which is fine because there are people who self-identify as colored, so that's not the question.
Yeah.
The issue around Afrikaans as a language is that you have people who are not necessarily Afrikaans speaking white people who speak Afrikaans. You have a whole 5 million plus so-called or colored people, depending on how they choose to identify, who speak Afrikaans in the main.
Yeah.
So this is a language that really cuts across, and sometimes we tend to forget that. So story for another day.
It is a story
we'll
for
talk
another
about languages, because for now there's something else that we need to go to and focus our attention on.
Indeed. So we're talking South African Post Office in a short while, and the Department of Communication and Digital Technology's Deputy Minister, Philemon Mapulane, joins us virtually to talk about these challenges. So stay with us. That's happening after the break.